This Quicast podcast is brought to you by the book Finding Jesus. A fundamentalist preacher discovers the socio-political and economic teachings of the Gospels. By me, Herb Montgomery. This is my story as a successful preacher who unexpectedly encountered the gospel stories through the interpretive lenses of various marginalized communities. And what I found radically changed my life forever. Finding Jesus by Herb Montgomery is available now on Amazon.
Hey heathens, you're listening to the Deadly Faith Podcast, where religion and crime collide. I'm Lola.
And I'm Laci.
And this shit is vampiric.
Cross my heart, oh to die. Welcome to the dark side. Oh to die, oh to die.
Welcome, everyone, to the spooky season edition of the Deadly Faith Podcast. We've entered October. It's time to pull out your sweaters and your apple cider and your pumpkin spice, and let's do this shit.
Yes, let's white girl this shit up and pumpkin spice everything. Minus pumpkin pie, because that shit's gross.
Are you kidding me?
I fucking hate pumpkin pie.
You haven't had mine.
It's a texture. The texture on the inside. It's like...
What kind of pie do you like?
Pecan.
You said
pecan. It's so good. And I love when they like chop up the pecans real fine. And it's like just a layer of fine chopped pecans. But you can't have it because you're allergic to nut.
No. I can have soy nut pie.
Soy nut. That would be disgusting.
I don't know. Soy nuts are really good.
Soy nuts are good, but I'm just thinking texture-wise. Those are more of like
they have like a flaky, like a garbanzo.
We interrupt today's episode to bring you a message from our sponsor, Javy. Say goodbye to chaotic mornings and hello to delicious, convenient coffee. With Javy's coffee concentrate in a variety of flavors, you can whip up your favorite brew in no time. Whether you prefer hot, iced, or even blended coffee, Javy's got you covered, okay? Just a teaspoon of this magic elixir is all you need for a flavorful kickstart to your day. Trust me, once you try it, you'll be hooked. From classic flavors like vanilla and caramel to decadent options like cookies and cream and caramel brulee, Javy literally has something for every coffee lover. As a mom with 3 kids, 2 dogs, 3 bunnies, and 25 chickens, I love how Javy helps me make a delicious iced coffee every morning in under 2 minutes. Seriously, guys, it's just so quick. You just pour it all together, stir it in, and enjoy. My favorite flavor right now is the caramel brulee, but I did just order the cookies and cream along with the decaf so I can enjoy an afternoon or evening coffee without jacking up my sleep schedule. They've got original and they've got even more other flavors to come. They've got mocha as well. You really don't want to miss this. So if you want to save some time each morning and even a little money, or if you just want to try a damn good cup of coffee, try Javy today. Don't wait. Click the link in the show notes and use code Laci33468 at checkout to enjoy 20% off your purchase. Again, click the link in the show notes and use code Laci33468 at checkout. And that is Laci with an I. Enjoy that 20% off, guys, and back to the show.
Sorry, let's get into it. So... we are in Brisbane. Brisbane? Is that how you say it?
Brisbane.
Brisbane?
Isn't it Brisbane?
What? It has an E on the end.
Brisbane. I think it's Brisbane.
I'm going to call it Brisbane then because you've been to Australia. No, you've been...
I have been to Australia.
Oh, okay.
But I am also a white country girl.
Okay,
so like...
well, I'm sorry. We are in Brisbane, Australia, talking about Tracey Wigginton.
I don't know this.
Good.
I'm excited because we're doing all things spooky this month.
Mm-hmm.
So our theme is vampires, witches, and cannibals.
It's good.
So last year we did. Last year we did serial killers. This year we're doing a little bit more of an array.
I think every year we'll try to do different.
Yeah, something.
I hope so.
Something spooky related.
Yeah. Trigger warnings are murder, vampirism, self-harm, possible animal harm, and sexual assault. Okay, so Tracey Wigginton was born August 4th in 1965.
Oh, no. That's my brother's birthday.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, Glenn.
Well, it's fine.
We don't claim her.
No, we don't claim her. So she was abandoned by her parents as a toddler.
Oh.
It says abandoned by her mom in most places, but I assume that also means dad because she was adopted by her grandparents.
So maybe dad was just like a no-show her whole life.
Probably.
And then her mom abandoned her when she was actually, toddler, which that's...
So yeah, abandoned by both parents.
Yeah.
And she was adopted and raised by her wealthy and devout Catholic grandparents.
Okay.
So, and in the Rockhampton area is where they lived. I don't understand the whole we have city, state, and
they have, I think it's very similar to Canada, and they have providences or something similar to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just know Rockhampton area is where she was at. And she claims that her grandparents sexually abused her from ages 8 to 11.
Fire.
I don't know if that's the truth, but I would, we're going to believe victims here.
Yeah.
We're going to believe victims. We do know also that she was kicked out of high school for molesting other students.
That tracks though. When you are abused sexually.
Yeah. It opens something up in your brain that wasn't, it's open prematurely to the sexual things.
And you're still trying to understand what's right and what's wrong.
True.
You're still very narcissistic in your thinking of I want this because I want it. If you're opened up to sexual things of sexual desire and you know what feels good, then you're going to still be thinking with your narcissistic brain and being I want it. I don't care if it hurts you. I'm only thinking about myself.
Oh, that's valid. I didn't think about it that way either.
Yeah.
So, well, that's what she says. And we do know for sure she was kicked out of high school for molesting her peers. Also, I'm unsure of what age this happened, but when she was also young, she began drinking blood from butcher shops, like pig, goat, cow blood.
What makes you be that sounds delicious?
I have kind of an answer because I also was why would you want that?
Yeah.
Besides maybe an iron deficiency?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
But can't you get iron from other places? Wouldn't that be your first... I just don't... Keep going. Never mind.
I don't know either. So the National Institutes of Health has this to say about craving blood. We propose the term hemomania to describe an impulse control disorder characterized by impaired functioning due to at least one of the following urges: seeing one's own blood, self-bloodletting, and tasting or drinking one's own blood. But that's your own blood. So I didn't get any other answers when it comes to external sources.
Yeah.
Blood.
That's just, ew. It don't taste good. We've all gotten a little blood in our mouth, whether that's at the dentist or
metallic.
It's not...
kind of bitter sometimes.
Yeah.
It's got a weird aftertaste. It's just...
No.
Personally, as a woman that bleeds, I just don't like the smell of it. I don't like... Whether it's from down under or... or...
Speaking of...
Even just if I get a cut, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Go back inside my body.
Yeah.
I don't want that out here.
Go back. Put that thing back where you came from, or so help me.
So help me. Growing up, she rebelled a lot. She had a fascination with the occult and black magic arts like tarot, palm reading, seances, stuff like that.
Okay. And this is what time frame is this?
She's 16-ish.
Okay. And year?
In the teens.
And she was born.
The year it'd be in the 70s.
Okay. So very much occult era,
Yeah.
Where that's right as Satanic Panic's starting and parents are stay away from that. And Catholics definitely no, it's the devil. And so you're a teen, you're tell me more.
So she also hung out with queer folks.
Oh, we like that.
Yeah. At age 17, her grandparents passed away, leaving her... I heard that they either left her $35,000 or $75,000. They were very wealthy. I'm not sure. I read it in a couple of different spaces, so I'm not sure if someone was doing a conversion for $75,000, depending on the year that they researched this, or if it was $35,000 from the get-go.
Yeah.
Not sure, but I just know it was a good portion of money because her grandparents were very wealthy. So they left her some money. Whenever they passed away, she briefly moved back in with mom that left her and abandoned her. She moved in with her because she was alone. But mom was not accepting of her coming out as lesbian. So she was hanging out with queer folks. She was queer herself. So yeah, she moved out shortly after moving back in.
So I have a theory.
Tell me, I'm ready.
And I could be completely wrong. This is just my assumption. So if it says that her mom abandoned her, meaning dad was nowhere to be mentioned. So we are assuming that dad abandoned the situation from the get-go.
Early on.
So they're not married. They're having this baby out of wedlock.
Yeah.
That's a big no-no.
It is.
That's a big, big no-no in this religion. And I'm wondering if she abandoned the baby. She's young, most likely.
Probably.
And I'm wondering if she, quote unquote, abandoned the baby out of pressure from the parents.
Oh.
Because I have heard of that happening multiple times. Like they convinced her to give up the baby to them so they can raise it, so they can make sure that the baby grows up to be a good Christian Catholic person. And then it takes away not the shame, but the societal, that takes off the A from her chest because she's not walking around as a single mom.
Okay.
So I could be wrong, but it makes me question. I wonder.
It makes sense to me to frame it that way. So maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mom wasn't accepting of her coming out as lesbian. So she moved out and she got a job as a factory worker.
Okay.
She also started dating a girl named Lisa.
All right.
With Tracey's fascination with the occult practices, it held true over the years.
Yeah.
She was still participating in this, and she even made friends with another lesbian couple who participated in occult practices too.
Okay, so this is all just a big old occult.
It's a girl gang.
Girl gang. Girl, what is it? Coven.
It is.
It's a whole coven.
Kind of, yeah, I guess so. The friends were said to use the blood of animals for rituals and sacrifices.
Okay.
Tracey claimed that she also would have a need to feed off of blood.
Tracey.
And that she couldn't eat normal food.
Ew. Why? Honey.
Yeah, so she said she couldn't eat normal food. And she convinced Lisa, so her partner, to slit her wrist.
What?
In order to give Tracey blood to drink.
No.
This was multiple times this happened.
I have no words. Guys. No.
Laci's unwell.
I am.
But Lisa had a weak heart and she couldn't let her do this super often. So Tracey needed bigger prey.
Oh my God. Here we go.
So in 1989, this is the year she would commit a gruesome act. If that wasn't gross enough for you.
It's getting there.
October 20th of 1989, Tracey and her friends. So her friends' names are, so it's Tracey and Lisa, the couple, and then their other friend couple, which is Stacy and Kim.
Okay.
Stacy and Kim.
Stacy's mom.
So the four of them, they decide they want to go out to something called Loomers, which was a lesbian bar.
Okay.
And Tracey had been telling her friends that she wanted to drink the blood of a man.
Why does it have to be a man?
Specifically a man, because she was like trying to see if it would give her a new type of power or strength or like sustain her more than Lisa's blood had.
Okay.
Because Lisa couldn't give her enough blood.
So she's like really digging into this occult shit. Okay.
So they talked about it and they sat there at the bar and drank for like 2 hours before deciding it was time to go hunting.
No, guys, you're making this decision you're inebriated in some form or fashion. You're drinking alcohol. This is not a good decision. Your decisions prior to this were not good decisions. What is happening? I need to leave.
You can't.
I know, I'm sorry.
Mostly because I'm blocking you.
Yeah, I was about to say, I literally cannot leave. You're blocking me.
Yeah, you can't. We're at the same desk. So they drove around for a while until they spotted someone. His name was Edward Baldock. Baldock. He was 47 years old. He was a councilman in the area.
Run!
He was a beloved father and grandfather.
Run!
Your warning is too late. I'm sorry. he was out that night with his friends, drinking and playing darts at a bar. And he was out on the street looking for a taxi when their car pulled up beside him.
Oh.
So they pulled over and Tracey got out to speak with him. And she tried to seduce him.
Oh my gosh.
What I mean by that is she tried to make it sound like she was a prostitute and she would take him to a secluded area for them to be alone.
To do it. They're going to boink. She's trying to tell him, I will boink you, kind drunk sir. Come with me and you will see.
Yeah.
It's not a world of imagination, but.
So he got into the car, but he was so drunk that he just automatically fell asleep.
Oh my gosh. So he's plastered.
He does not know what he's doing.
Where are his friends? You said he went drinking with his friends and playing darts. Sirs.
I don't know either.
What the fuck were you guys thinking? Let him walk off by himself.
Well, I wonder if this was maybe something they did super often.
Yeah.
So they just...
Still. Where's the buddy system?
Remember, it's the 70s. We don't have the buddy system.
It's not invented yet. God damn it.
So the crew of women drove to Orley Park.
Okay.
Tracey, Lisa, and Edward got out of the car while the others remained inside.
Okay.
Kim handed Tracey a knife that she carried for protection.
Okay.
And the three of them went and found somewhere secluded. So Tracey helps Edward take off his clothes and shoes. Weird.
Very weird.
Where is this going?
Very gross. It's going gross.
And Lisa is standing nearby just watching. Well, Edward starts to panic and ask Tracey what she's doing. And she quietly stabs him in the back.
So is it Tracey's taking his clothes off?
Tracey, yeah.
And Lisa's quietly behind him,
she's just chilling.
Watching
she's
him
just watching it happen, yeah.
And Lisa stabs him in the back.
No, it's Tracey that stabs him.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Edward panicked and asked what she was doing when she just stabbed him in the back because she's taking off his clothes and he's like, what is happening? You know?
And she said,
and then she did, what?
Right in the back. Okay.
Yeah. So he went to grab her hand and Tracey pulled him by his hair and stabbed him in the neck and then in his throat. And Stacey stabbed him. I read multiple accounts. It says either 14 or 27 times. Somewhere in between that.
Difference, but still, even on the minimum, 14? Jesus.
Somewhere between that is the truth. And that she almost severed his head because she slashed his throat with such ferocity.
Oh my gosh. That's a lot of force and a lot of stabbing. She just wanted to drink his blood, right?
Yeah. Which, by the way, getting back to that.
Oh God.
Stacey began to drink his blood. Lisa couldn't handle it and ran back to the car. So Lisa hasn't done anything. She didn't touch him. She was there watching, which makes her bad.
An accomplice.
Yeah. So Tracey drank his blood for 15 minutes.
Are you engorged by the end of it?
Ugh, how gross is that?
How do you not just over everywhere? Absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
How do you, I don't, no thank you. I need,
So Tracey, after she finished, she lit a cigarette and smoked it while she watched him bleed out the rest of the way at her feet.
So she sucks his blood, drinks his blood.
Yeah.
For 15 minutes and he's still not dead.
I mean, I think he's dead at this point. He's just still draining. He's just bleeding out onto the ground and she's just watching. So she's gotten her fill and she's just, oh God.
That's so gross.
It's disgusting.
I don't like this. I don't like any of this.
The three women,
full women's,
they said that when Tracey got back into the car, they could smell the blood on her breath. I'm glad we didn't eat before this.
But we're going to eat after.
I don't want to think about it now, okay? We have palate cleansers to make this better. So they thought that they had left no trace of themselves. But Tracey didn't realize that she had dropped her key card to a hotel
Okay.
So her hotel key card that had her name on it. I don't know.
Wait, was it not like a credit card? Or did it say
It
hotel
says key card.
Huh.
It said key card. And it had her name on it.
So maybe it was like a permanent living situation?
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe it's not.
I don't really know where she was living at the time because she moved out of her mom's house.
Right.
So after this, I don't know if it's an apartment deal or if it's bouncing from hotel to hotel.
Yeah.
So, and she's got a lot of money to blow. So
right.
Either wouldn't surprise me.
Yes.
When the girls weren't looking, she had dropped it, and Edward had put the card in his shoe thinking it was a bank card of his. He thought he dropped something like, he's so inebriated at this,
And this was before.
This was before when she was like
happened.
convincing him and like he was walking with them to get into the car, to go. So they left the scene that night and they were like, okay, we're scot-free. And now she's bucket list check because she's just drank the blood of man.
What power?
What a weird goal to have.
I know. Let's dream bigger. My phone went off. That was kind of perfect timing.
Sound effect.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So 6 a.m. the following morning, someone that's rowing on the river.
All right. We got a rower.
They see Edward's body.
Oh, God. Poor guy. Didn't want to come across that, I'm sure.
He's completely nude. Remember that. Besides, his socks are still on.
Well, my feet get cold.
She only aimed at the torso. I don't understand why she took off his pants.
Yeah. Probably to keep him from running away. He's already drunk, and so his reflexes are really slow. But
I guess
if he's embarrassed and feels vulnerable, maybe that's something that... Also, I might be giving him way too much fucking credit.
Sick in the head.
Yeah, it's probably the latter.
Dude finds him, and at first he's thinking it's a mannequin, as they all do.
It's never a mannequin.
But he gets close. Okay, actually, hold on. My friend, a couple weeks ago, he called me and he was like, I know that you do true crime. He was like, and you say that it's never a mannequin. He said, it was a mannequin this time. He literally, because he was driving to work and he saw something. And he was like, is that a fucking mannequin? And he was like, no, it's true crime.
It's never.
And so he backs up and he gets out and he's like slowly going, it's an old mannequin. It's like, it's half of a mannequin. It probably fell off one of those trucks that's like for a boutique or something.
Oh my gosh. And for the one time, okay, just because it happened
you
once.
should just check.
Doesn't mean it's the normal. It's not the normal. That is the minority of the statistics. It's normally never a mannequin.
But I'm glad he checked.
Yeah.
Because like,
good boy.
Yeah. So.
Like he's a dog or something.
Good boy. I'll let him know you said that. So this rower, as they call him in the papers, he calls the police immediately, and the police very soon find Edward's clothing nearby, as well as his shoes, and inside is the key card, and it has her name on it. They know exactly what to do.
If that's not I caught you red-handed, then I don't know what is. It's literally like he handed them a ticket. Here you go. Here's my killer. Like, can't get any better than this, except for a signed confession hidden in the shoe.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing.
And they had confirmed that the 4 women were together that night.
Okay.
So all 4 were arrested.
Yeah. Which they should be because, okay, I'm sorry. They're all accomplices.
I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry either. I don't know why I said that.
They knew that she was going to hunt. She literally said, like, it's time to go find a man, not for sex. To drink his blood.
And they talked about this for hours at the bar.
They were gearing up.
Yes.
They were getting loosey-goosey so that they could
they did.
drink some. Okay. So, October 23rd of 1989. That's like 2 days later.
Yeah.
By the way.
That's so fast.
Really quick turnover. The 4 women are taken to court and were all charged for the murder of Edward Baldock. He's a councilman, so that makes sense how quick the turnover was for that. So,
yeah.
And Tracey readily confessed to the crimes. She wasn't She wasn't bothered. So unbothered. No fucks given.
What? Okay. Why? That's what I don't get. Okay.
I have questions as to how she's not sick from how much. Because, like, think about, okay, let's say she gets like a pint of blood.
Yeah.
No, it would be less than a pint. Like a cup of blood from like a cow.
Yeah.
Or a pig from the butcher. You know, like, I guess it wouldn't make you that sick.
Yeah.
But 15 minutes draining a human.
Yeah.
How much blood do we have in the body? Do you know? Because I forgot.
No idea.
Okay. I just know it's more than I'd want to drink.
Yeah. Well, and part of me is wondering, did she do this for clout? Like, is she actually drinking for that full 15 minutes, or should she just sit there with the body waiting for it to die?
She was actually drinking it. She was drinking it. Tracey's friends initially claimed that she was a real vampire and she had them under her spell.
Oh my, no.
No joke. But so Tracey was taken for a psychiatric evaluation because, like, it's the 70s. You're drinking blood. Who are you?
Your brain not ticking like everybody else's.
The evaluations suggested that Tracey had multiple personalities developed as a coping mechanism for her abuse. So I do believe she was abused.
Oh, yeah.
One of her friends said that specifically one of her multiple personalities was named Bobby.
Okay.
And that one was in charge a lot. It was like an aggressive one. I don't know a lot about multiple person. It's not called that anymore. It's called DID.
DID, dissociative identity disorder. I actually know I know 2 people who have DID.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know that they're not all scary and everything.
No, the majority of them are not.
It's something that you can definitely like function as a normal person. And
a lot of times in therapy, they work to merge all of the parts into one. And they can do it very successfully with long-term therapy and depending on the person. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, do you remember there was a film that came out a couple of years ago called Split?
Yeah, we watched it. That one was intense.
It was so intense and it really did not...
it's fantasized a lot in the movies and a lot of mental health disorders.
The way that it was portrayed in that film.
They make it more extreme to sell, to make more money.
That makes sense.
It isn't the reality of the mental health disorder. And that's the same with any kind of mental health disorder or even like autism. And they make it worse in the movies.
It's true.
To sell. Yeah.
Well, they identified 4 total personalities for her. One being Bobby. I don't know 2 of them, but then the other one was it's called a shadow personality. I don't know what that means.
Maybe it's where that one doesn't front. It's a shadow personality, so it's in the background.
So a shadow personality, and it was based on her abusive grandmother.
Ooh. Okay, so it says that the shadow side in general is made up of all the parts of yourself that you perceive to be unacceptable. Negative attributes such as selfishness, lack of empathy, or hate are examples of parts of the shadow side.
So maybe she, like, it was the parts of her that, like, she learned from her grandmother, you know, because, like, when you're abused, you will sometimes take coping mechanisms from your abuser.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, maybe that.
The shadow personality for her that was based on her abusive grandmother. So the following year, on February 1st, all 4 women were brought to the Supreme Court of Queensland and were committed for trial. Tracey is the only one that pleads guilty, so she doesn't have to go to trial. And the trial for the other 3 women, it took only 14 days.
Wow.
So that's nice. But the murder was described as one of the most brutal and bizarre crimes in Australia. I believe at this point in time, Desert Storm was happening.
Oh.
And it like kicked Desert Storm off the media headlines. It was so big.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it has all the right attributes for a freaking headline, a viral headline.
Did you not even notice that it happened in October?
October. She's drinking blood.
It's too par for the course.
Yeah.
It's too on brand. So the coverage of the hearing was being shown all around the world. So everyone knew about this case at the time.
Yeah.
It was a big deal, not just in Australia. Tracey was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 13 years.
Yes.
Took the jury 48 hours to convict Lisa of murder.
Mm-hmm.
They sentenced her to life in prison because she stood there. She let it happen. She could have stopped it.
And she didn't.
She just stood there like a
fish out of water.
I mean, I really do wonder what she was thinking too.
I wonder what all of them were thinking.
I wonder if she wanted to intervene or if she was talking to either of them.
Yeah.
Before she ran back to the car because she couldn't handle it.
Yeah. So she did get scared and was like, oh, fuck this.
Yeah. Kim, the person that handed them the knife, was convicted of manslaughter, and she was sentenced to 18 years in prison.
Mm.
And the fourth person, Stacey, was acquitted because she did not have an active role in the murder. So she did not give them the knife. She didn't bring a weapon. She didn't see it happen. She didn't participate in the killing.
But she knew, exactly. She knew it was happening, so she's guilty by association, and she should have gotten some time.
I feel like her and Lisa should have had the same sentence because they didn't touch the weapon. They didn't bring it, but they knew about it the whole time.
Because she could have had the defense of like, I just gave her the knife as a defense. You know, like if he tried something, she could defend herself. Yeah. So they should have both gotten the exact same sentence. You know,
I agree.
The other one shouldn't have gotten off scot-free.
Yeah. So Tracey applied for parole anytime that she was up for it. Anytime.
She said, I want my ticket out.
She applied for parole 5 times total before she was released in 2012.
No.
Sorry to say, she is here.
I hate that she's out with every fiber of my being.
I know.
That's not okay.
But she got 23 years. So that's nice.
Better than the 13 minimum.
Yeah.
I just wish I could be a fly on the wall at that hearing to be released. Like, what did you say to this board to get them to approve your release?
Were you on good behavior? Did you eat normal food in prison?
Yeah.
Were you able to eat normal food?
Or did you order your steak
raw?
Rare? Yeah. Beyond rare. Raw. Just bring it straight out of the freezer and the fridge.
Open up the cow. Yeah. She remains on parole up to this day, though.
Okay.
So she's still
heavily monitored.
Yeah. Which is probably good. We can hope. When she was 42 years old, she suffered greatly with diabetes.
Oh.
And kept a very low profile until 2019.
That's recent.
Yeah. So 2019, she started sharing disturbing things on her Facebook page.
Why?
Okay, some of these are like, whatever. Because we already knew she was into occult stuff. So she would just share pictures of like witches, bones, skulls, vampires, demons. I mean,
that's not weird.
Any goth teenager also does the same thing. So, but it was a little odd. She posted a status saying, "Do not meddle with the affairs of dragons, for you are crunchy and good with ketchup."
Okay. Take the internet away from her.
She wasn't a cannibal. I don't know what she means by this, or if she's just being facetious. But either way, with your past, you should probably not do that. Probably not.
This is in 2019. I know. Girl, you've only been free for how long? 8 years? 6, 7 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lady.
Speaking of her Facebook, I tried to find it. And I think I found it.
Really?
But like, there's nothing creepy on it. There's almost nothing on it, is the thing. But it's the only Tracey Wigginton in Australia.
Yeah.
And it's not even, so, you know, like Facebook gives you a username.
Yeah.
Even though it's not your name listed. So like, if I wanted to find you, I would just type in Laci Bean.
Yeah.
And it would pop you up. Well, on the like, what is it? The URL.
Yes.
Thingy, it gives you a username.
Yeah.
Where it will like bunch up your name that you made your account with.
Yes.
Okay. So when you type in Tracey Wigginton, you don't get anyone on Facebook with the name Tracey Wigginton, but you do get Tracy Monroe. And underneath where her username is, it says Tracey Wigginton.
Oh.
And and she's located in Australia.
Because my name has changed on Facebook because I got married.
Yeah.
And my name all throughout like high school and college and stuff was a nickname, like elementary, junior high, high school, all a nickname.
Yeah.
But then at the end of my college days, I went by my given name.
Okay.
And so my actual name, Laci Bean, is not my part of my URL. None of it is part of my URL.
Yeah.
But when I changed my name to Laci Bean on Facebook, it doesn't change.
It doesn't change. Once you make
URL
your account,
is your URL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's her, but also nobody bother her because I don't.
Absolutely not.
I don't
We're not
know
going to link it just because.
No, privacy. I don't know if that's really her or not.
We can't confirm it. So.
And there's nothing creepy on it. Like it's literally the profile picture is like a sunset. I think.
Mm-hmm. Is it a private account?
Yeah, it's private.
Oh, okay. So it's nothing we can see anyways.
No, I mean.
Yeah. She learned from then.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe her parole officer at that point was like, hey, we're still watching you. So like, take that shit down.
Yeah.
So
that's weird.
Many people, including the daughter of Edward, said that Tracey should have stayed in prison a lot longer. They were not happy that she was released. And they were also very unhappy that Lisa was released on parole in 2008.
Oh.
So.
Wow. She got a long time.
She did, yeah.
But she only got 4 years less than Tracey.
Yeah. Yeah. Hers was 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? 20, yes.
Yes, 18 years for her because she was guilty by association and for not doing anything.
Yeah.
Do something.
I have a hard time. I understand. I want people to have rehabilitation. Like I understand that's what our justice system is working towards is rehabilitation. But it's so hard when they've taken somebody's life in such a gruesome way. It's not like an accident where you like got in a car wreck or like literally an accident or something, or you got drunk and you made a stupid mistake and you have an immense amount of grief and
when it was a planned or you had forethought to it.
Yeah.
At all. It makes it difficult to determine.
I have a really hard time with anything under like 30 or 40 years for huge murders like this. Like this, that's fucked up.
The way that they went about it too was just.
What about the other girl, Stacey?
Where are they now?
Yeah, Stacey. Well, not these two, because this was Tracey and Lisa. Do we know if the other one, I'm assuming, got paroled? Because she only got, 18 months?
So Stacey was the one that was acquitted.
Kim, that's the one.
Oh, we got something wrong. Lisa was sentenced to life in prison too.
Oh.
Yeah, Lisa is still in prison. She was never paroled.
So who got paroled in 2008?
Damn it. Sorry.
I'm so confused.
Lisa, okay, let's rehash this. So,
okay,
just so that we're all on the same page. So Tracey, let's start with her. Tracey was sentenced to life, but minimum was 13 years. She was released at the 23rd year.
Okay.
So she served 23 years, but she's still on parole to this day.
Okay.
Lisa, her lover.
Yes.
Lisa was sentenced to life in prison, but she was paroled in 2008. So she's still free now. She's out now.
Okay.
Who's the other? Kim. Kim was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 18 years in prison.
Okay.
So Kim, when would she be released? If that was 2002?
1989. No, if you got 18 years, 2007. So she would have gotten released just prior to Lisa getting released.
Okay. And then Stacey was acquitted. She had no active role, so she's just free. She's freewheeling.
She's freewheeler.
Even though I think that's wrong. God.
I hate all of it. I think all of it is wrong. And I don't know.
I'm still confused about what drinking blood. How does she not have, she had diabetes, but I don't really understand if that's a byproduct of drinking blood.
I don't know. I know like eating like cannibals, like eating human flesh does like for long periods of time, like it fucks your brain up. Like it literally
Does
causes, it causes diseases and stuff.
Oh, God.
You are not supposed to eat your own kind.
Like mad cow disease. Sorry, that's not a joke, but also, what is mad cow disease? I've never known. I've never known.
I used to know, and now I can't remember.
I think it was Jeffrey Dahmer, maybe, that said that humans taste sweet. The meat tastes like sweeter. And we do use glucose as a primary.
Glucose is our primary energy source.
Yeah. So maybe there's high sugar content in our muscles, in our blood. And maybe that's why she got type 2 diabetes. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but
that's
it's just a theory that I have, but whether or not it holds up, I don't know.
Yes. Okay. So Kuru is a disease in cannibals, that it is a prion disease that degenerates the brain.
Oh, shit.
The disease was very prevalent in Papua New Guinea, where tribes practiced endo-cannibalism and cannibalistic funeral rituals and consumed the brains infected by these prions.
That's so gross. Why?
I wonder if that was a religious thing. Maybe. We have another case for you guys. Because that's interesting. And I'm curious on
I am also curious about other religious, I guess, tribes or sects that deal with consuming human matter, whatever that may be.
Yeah. Like, is it ritualistic? Is it spiritual? Is it something that's been passed down through the generations and from the ancestors? Or is it more survival? Like, it is energy source. And so when somebody's, close to passing, if you just take them out and eat their meat,
I wonder.
It will, could it be survival?
I ain't saying it's right.
I ain't saying it's right, but I got some questions. That's all I'm saying.
So that was it for this case. It's a little bit shorter, but
Tracey's fucked.
I'm worried.
I'm very worried.
I understand why they were concerned about her being released, because, like, honestly, I don't think I'd feel safe, even though, yes, she did target him. She was really targeting any man that looked strong, any man that looked vulnerable enough for her to, like, get
Take
alone.
Over. Yeah.
So, oh man, I just had a really gross thought.
What?
He was drinking. Drinking sends the blood.
Ew.
Oh, God.
God damn it. I don't like this. I don't like.
Because, like, part of me was thinking, okay, yeah, we all know that, like, blood is liquefied in a sort, but, like, it's got a viscosity to it.
It
because
does.
It's carrying a lot of different chemicals.
Yeah.
But alcohol thinning the blood, so it would be very easy for her to drink a lot.
15 minutes?
With it, I'm
going to throw up now. Sorry.
We have to go eat dinner.
have to go finish eating dinner for everyone.
We have to go eat dinner with her family, and this is just going to...
It's not red. It's yellow. So
good enough.
That's
good enough. I'm glad that I didn't... What was the other option?
Taco salad.
Yeah. No, salsa, forget it. Forget red meat, forget it.
Forget it. Forget about it.
Let's do some palate cleansers.
Yes.
First of all, it's October.
It's October. Happy Suki season. And I am so
Put your happy
excited.
Smiling bats up because it's more realistic.
That's true. Very true. I am so excited. We have so many. This was not my planned palate cleanser, but let's go for it.
Okay.
My husband, every year around Halloween, I think I might have even said this house Halloween.
Say it again.
He was like, every holiday, now that we own a house and we have a bunch of storage, you have to buy at least 2 decor items, big decor items.
Oh.
And
just Halloween
for each holiday. And so I'm excited to go buy our 2 for this year. Last year was Kevin and Slink. Kevin is our Kevin. Everyone
our mascot.
Kevin. Kevin's hiding right now in my bedroom because Lola is afraid to sleep down here with him because he freaks her out.
I'm not afraid. I just have good taste in my...
She's a Kevinacist instead of racist. She's just like racist against Kevin. So.
I enjoy his presence when I'm recording on a different screen. But I don't want to sleep next to him.
But we did freak my kids out with him because it was quite funny. At least I thought it was funny. So she didn't want him down here. And a lot of my kids come in my bedroom at night. And so I was like, oh, I can't put him in the bedroom because like that would really freak him out. So I just set him on our couch thinking that like by the time they come out to the living room, it would be bright enough they'd be able to see him. And like, they know Kevin. They're around Kevin. They play with Kevin. Nah, it still freaked them. Like my middle child came up to my husband in bed and was like, Dad, freaking out. And he was like, oh, honey, it's just Kevin.
She got up really early, okay?
She was very excited because they hadn't seen Lola yet because Lola got home.
I got home.
You got home. She got here really, really late. And so they were all in bed. And so, yeah, they were like up at the butt crack of dawn. Actually, they were up before the butt crack of dawn.
Before it.
And they're like, is she in the basement? We were like, yes, be quiet.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was just lurking down here in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
No big deal.
I got a little goblin. And
it's good.
What is your palate cleanser?
My palate cleanser is that I'm here.
You're here.
That I'm here and that Laci's kids, I really was afraid that they would hate me, that they would just not like me at all and think I was boring and dumb. But they like have been like coming up to me and hugging me a bunch, and they like wanted me to do their nails and their hair. It was so cute.
I know.
We're having a good time.
It's great time. I have pictures of her on the couch cuddling with them watching a movie.
Do you really?
Yes. I have a picture. It's not really you cuddling with them. It's them cuddling with you. They're all like, Lola.
Yeah, they've cuddled onto me.
On top of her. It's really funny. So I have a picture there. They asked her to be the one to read them their bedtime story last night.
Oh, yeah.
And so I have that picture. And then when we were walking to the park today, I have a picture with two of them with her and Andrew walking. And I from behind have a picture. So
good.
I said, I have to document my kids and my best friend loving on each other. It's so fun. I love it.
What a good time.
Love it. Anyways, that's the case. We will see you guys next week for another spooky Halloween episode. I'm really excited. We're going to be diving in. Should I tell you? Should I not tell you? Or should I make you just come back for it?
Make us come back. Make us wait.
You come back for it. Thank you. Bye. We interrupt this episode with a message from our sponsor. If you've ever deconstructed your faith, you know it's not easy. But just imagine if you could have people to guide you through the process.
That's right. People like Jim Palmer, Kristen Dumez, author of Jesus and John Wayne, Jennifer Knapp, Brad Jerzak, Brian Zond, Paul Young, author of The Shack, and more. Well, if you head over to choiracademy.com and register for Square 2 using the promo code LOLA, you'll get 10% off the regular registration cost of this awesome course and community just for being a fan of our show.
All links can be found in the show notes. Again, that's code LOLA, LOLA, for 10% off the Square 2 course. Also, heathens, if you're enjoying the show so far, please like, subscribe, do all the things because it makes us love you even more and it makes you love us and it helps us out in all of the universes across space and time. Also, check out our Deadly Faith merch, along with our Patreon, $5 a month, and you get access to the Potty Podcast where we shoot the shit and have lots of fun. We just recorded an episode talking about dreams and some crazy dreams. I might have cut my stomach open in one of my dreams and put in a window so I could watch my child be born.
Don't tell him everything.
Maybe not. You'll have to listen to the Potty Podcast and go to our Patreon and pay $5 a month. Thank you for supporting the show. The Deadly Faith Podcast is brought to you by Choircast Network. It is produced by Laci Bean and Lola Robbins and audio engineered by Eric Howell. Thanks for listening.